Hello, this is wmpyr. For today's lesson, we're going to be working with double sticks, and this is a double stick arm weaving motion that works very, very well for empty hand. All right, so let's get started right away. The first thing is you're going to have two sticks like this, and the first one is just kind of like an exercise. You're just going to go 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Make sure that the arm that comes over here like this is going to be like basically touching the inside of your bicep right here. And then you switch over here. Okay, almost like a King Kong type motion that's pounding on the chest, except you're touching your bicep right here. Okay, touching your bicep with my left arm and touching the bicep with my right arm. So you're just going 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to make that a little bit more technical. All right, so starting position like this, two sticks right in front, parallel like this, and you're basically going to bring this arm, the one that was touching the bicep, right here. So that's 1, and then number 2 comes out like that. Okay, so let's do that again. 1 and 2. So we break it down into two motions right here. Bring it back to the middle, all right, starting position, and then go 1, 2. All right, bring it back to the middle. 1, strike, and strike. Back to the middle. 1, 2, middle. 1, 2, middle. 1, 2, middle. 1, 2, okay, middle, 1, 2. So you can see that it's a lot more combative than the first one that we just did right here. So, bam, like this. Okay, so the next movement that we're going to do is we're going to go 1, 2, just like we did, and then from here, this arm's going to come back, and it's going to hit again. Okay, so that's our number 3, and then number 4 strikes right here. Okay, you come back to the middle, and let's do the same thing on the other side. So, bicep, and this arm comes out over here. Now this is the same arm that just hit right now. This is the tricky part. You're going to hit again and then again. Okay, and back to the middle. All right, so 1, 2, and then the arm that just hit comes back. 3 and 4, back to the middle. 1, 2, retract. 3, 4, back to the middle. So bicep, out, retract, 3, 4, back to the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So I know that's very, very choppy, but let's make it a little bit smoother. So you're going to go 1, 2, okay, 3, 4. And now we're immediately going to start right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Inside, outside, retract, hit, and strike again. Inside, outside, retract, hit, strike again. Okay, so now we're going to translate that into empty hand, as promised. Okay, so let's first do the motion just with empty hand like this, using fists. Okay, so the first motion was basically this, right here. What is this? What is this? So we're going to the left, to the right, to the left, and to the right. What this is basically like if they're going to be throwing one of these haymaker punches at you, all right, this hand right here is a parry. So you're doing a parry, this hand's a wedge, okay? The wedge hand right here can also strike to the eyes, but it could also, if they have longer arms or the reach is just too far away, you could also just make a fist and hit your knuckles onto the funny bone, onto the inside of their arm, because that's where you're going to be. So you could aim for that right there. So you could go bam, like this. So this is the first motion right here. Okay, if it's coming to your right side, you're going to go bam, like that. So you're taking cover, so boxing-wise this actually makes sense, but this is the parry, okay? But we're having a more karate-like feel. We're actually striking with your knuckles onto their hand. So if they have a weapon, maybe you could loosen it a little bit. This hand right here, like I said, can strike the eyes, or it can actually hit the inside, the funny bone, all right, inside part of their arm right there. So bam and bam. So that's our starter right there. So notice how I'm doing it almost simultaneously, even though it's 1-2 technically. 1-2. The reason why it's important to go 1-2 instead of just bam like that is because sometimes you're going to have to modify it into like an elbow. And when you do, it's important that you know the sequence. That way, see, the parry comes first and then the elbow comes next. Parry comes first and then the strike comes next. So that's the idea. Now from here, it's more natural to probably switch to go right, left, right. Okay, if we do that, that's the heaven 6 actually. Okay, so if we go 1, 2, 3, that's the heaven 6, half of the heaven 6 right there. And then we can finish off with the heaven 6 right there. But that's not what we're doing. We're going 1, 2. From here, this arm, since it's already out here, we're going to strike with it. Okay, so 1, 2, that's our parry and our wedge. And then from here, strike, strike. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's what we're doing. 1, 2, so this is our parry, wedge. And then from here, you're loading it. And then this is what's coming out to strike. Strike 1, 2. You could throw more boxing type punching, or what you could do is you could use the forearm like this. The forearm is going for the neck area, if not the collarbone. So you could land your forearm right there on the collarbone, create this wedge to create some space if they're trying to get into the clinch, because by that time the force, you're really going to probably get really close with them. And then you can go into some Thai style knees or try to keep that distance and go back, you know, to creating some more distance again. So let's do that again once more. So the punch is coming, a haymaker punch, bam, like this. Nice and covered parry and wedge, and then from here, bam, like this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. We do the same thing on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, notice 1, 2, same idea. Parry, wedge. This cocks back right here. Strike, strike. Okay, and then come back. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Thank you for watching. Take care, folks.